What up though, YouTube? It's your boy LShmiitty and I am back with another banger. Oh shit, that's back to back. I said what up though. Shout out to the 313, shout out to the 209, shout out to Pop Dukes. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody back at the crib, back in Michigan. That's just a little saying. They said I need to incorporate a little bit more of my heritage into the video, so that's what we doing. I'm coming at y'all looking way too super fresh, super fly, super clean right now. Because I just got off of work and a nigga be suited and booted, you feel me? So I'm honestly coming at y'all a little bit lighter than what I could be. So, but anyway, damn, Bobby Schmurda serving 7 years in prison, bro. This is only 2 minutes. I'm for sure gonna get on that. Anyway, Washington D.C.
In the office
corruption. Tommy G, what's up, Tommy G? Tommy G, bro, you got so many. You only have 799K subs. Bro, subscribe. You just got Schmiitty Gang. Hey, Schmiitty Gang, go over there and sub up to Tommy G, bro, because I'm gonna have a lot of videos coming from him. He didn't have some bangers.
U.S. Senator trying to figure out what the hell is going on in Washington, D.C. Today, folks, I'm going boots on the ground, and we're exploring the underground dark money that flows its way through our politicians. So join us on this episode as we ask the questions that the politicians are.
This takes me back to a video or my Q&A where y'all asked, like, what conspiracies do I have, right? So, conspiracy number 1 for this video. Money's not real.
They're scared of Nancy Pelosi. Tell me about dark money and stuff. Do you think Jeffrey Epstein killed himself? Do you think JFK...
There we go. That man's not dead. Yep, he's not dead. Jeffrey Epstein is still alive.
Was taken out by our own government. What the hell is going on this place? Because after all, folks, guess who pays their salaries? We do. We are the taxpayers. They are supposed to answer to us. And I'm not here to say one side or the other. I think it's both Democrats.
I ain't gonna lie. Like, the fact that we pay their salaries is kind of OD and unnecessary. Like, if you go and you look at, like, labor costs for a restaurant, right? So, like, the owner of the restaurant pays the employees, and then the employee, like, the owner tries to make sure you keep it about under, let's say, if it's a really slow restaurant, under, like, 26% labor. You don't want to be spending more than a quarter of your income of the day on your employees, right? So, how much percent of our tax dollars goes to paying each one of these motherfuckers? Like, I am out of 4th grade, so I think I don't know how many, but isn't it like 72 or something of y'all? And it's a good job, you know? 72 or something of y'all, and we paying you, man. If the president or somebody don't step up, there should be like one. We should be only really be paying one of these niggas, you know? Like, think about if we was just paying the president, right? Giving him his salary. Because realistically, the president don't even make that much, quote unquote. President Donald Trump is losing money in being a president, quote unquote. Don't really believe any of that bullshit, because once you're a president, your name is worth so much more. And once your name is worth more, who gives a fuck about the amount of paper? Anyway, besides the point, if we just paid the president,
Democrats and Republicans that are doing a fantastic job of fucking this country up. So buckle up, Buster. It's gonna be a wild ride today.
I love America. I really do. And I'm grateful that I was just lucky enough to be born as a citizen of this country. And I'm well aware that the U.S. is a worldwide destination for immigrants looking to come here, launch their businesses, raise their families, and enjoy this land of opportunity. But that's not to say that America doesn't have real issues facing this country. We do, big time. We are living in an era where we have no idea what the truth is anymore. And we have public servants that have somehow become worth tens of millions and hundreds of millions of dollars. We also have massive news stories that are being swept under the rug. And the truth is, people just don't trust our government anymore. For the record, I've never voted Republican or Democrat in my life. I think they both suck. I'm just here on a quest for the truth. So I travel to Washington, D.C. to look for corruption and call it out.
Eliminate the fucking party system. George Washington said that having a party system would be the downfall of our society, and it was the first motherfucker to say it, and goddamn it, it's gonna have to be the last.
I interviewed everyday Americans, and I also scheduled meetings with political insiders, including people ranked on Washington, D.C.'s top 500 most influential. And we even spoke with a U.S. Senator. Buckle up, folks. Let's get into it.
Be in Milwaukee.
On the road again, baby. I don't know about you, but I'm proud to be an American. But I'm not proud of our government. I'm asking the questions that they're scared of. Let's go to Washington, D.C., baby.
Before we hit Washington, D.C., I wanted to get the pulse of the nation. So I asked everyday Americans if they trusted their government. Here's what they said.
Do you trust our government?
Absolutely not.
Hell no.
Not a bit.
Yeah.
Let's just say that history tells us that governments tell only what they want you to know.
Of course not.
Do you think most of our politicians lie to us?
Yeah, 9 out of 10. 10 out of 10, actually.
Do you think they're corrupt?
That's an OG. He's making facts.
It was midnight in Baltimore and tragedy hit strong.
You better watch
In
out.
Detroit, you don't have the
Midnight in Baltimore, nigga. What are you doing?
your hand, right? So it's gonna be in Detroit.
Go to delta.com.
He said, fuck. Tommy said, I'm in Baltimore, about to go to Detroit. Oh, fuck, bro. I don't know what I recorded. You don't even know if this video gonna go up.
Still out a report.
His
As
stuff
of
is
1
in
month
Detroit.
later,
It's
this tweet is
gone,
still
Tommy.
missing. Thank
It's
you,
gone. Delta, y'all have been on that shit, bro. Y'all lost my mama luggage and we had to drive from San Francisco to Sac. That is some bullshit.
I'm sorry, that sucks.
Oh, it really does. You sound like it. Fight to this, man.
A good question is, how do I get
skipped
started
my way up
trading?
into an ad. Ain't that
better
about a
question
bitch?
is, how do I profit today?
My suit on the plane like a total amateur. Nancy Pelosi, I dedicate this to you. We don't make it to the White House because we just get charged with indecent exposure.
I'm a gorilla in this bitch, they should put me in the zoo. Pandemic flow, you would think I got the flu. I gamble on myself, you can bet I do a million. From the mill, killing shit like Buffalo Billy. First up, Agent G had a mission to infiltrate the office of Nancy Pelosi. You see, Americans have long been suspicious of...
I mean, if white folks could just run up in this bitch, at least Tommy got a fake ID though. How that song Tipsy go? I got a fake ID though.
people like Pelosi that have managed to turn a $230,000 salary of a public servant into a $100 million fortune.
Right now, members of Congress can own and trade individual stock. But the problem is if you're in Congress, you have access to information the rest of us don't have, and you have power that the rest of us don't have.
I think that might be called insider trading.
Shockingly, Pelosi's stock trading success has outperformed the top hedge funds on the planet. Her
What?
trades make Warren Buffett look...
What? Come on, tell me something I don't know, Tommy G. You telling me that Nancy is reading some books that don't only say only white folks can read, but only Nancy motherfucking Pelosi can read? So what you're saying is all of us should just go monitor what the fuck Nancy is buying and selling, and buy and sell the same exact thing?
look like a buffoon.
I'm writing this
Critics
shit.
argue that her impeccable timing of the market is the result of privileged information. The founder of Wall Street Bets even made a bot to track her trades called Insider Portfolio. It's doing quite well. This was her response to the allegations.
We are a free market economy.
No! No! Bro, she have no answer to that! She was not prepared. She's like, who let that nigga in? Bro, look at her stutter! Look at the stutter! This is
Even made a
terrible!
bot to track her trades called Insider Portfolio. It's doing quite well. This was her response to the allegations.
We are a free market economy.
Bro, that's so bad! Bro, it's so bad! This is the worst, like, I ain't believing shit that she gonna say it after that. Just the... says enough, bruh.
Interesting answer, Nancy. So now, I go on a mission to infiltrate her office and confront her on her trading.
That is something they doing that we don't know about.
I'm gonna go knock on her office door and see if she wants to chat. See you soon,
Ow.
Nancy.
No way Tommy about to do this. No way.
We're in, baby, we're in. Even though this place is completely public and funded by taxpayer dollars, it feels like a place you're not supposed to be. There's too much shenanigans going on. I want to express a deep congratulations to Nancy Pelosi, the best stock trader beating hedge funds in America the last 3 years. We're gonna see if we can congratulate her in person. It feels like I'm about to be taken out by a
This man
Secret
has a whole
Service or some
cameraman
shit.
up in here. You can't even record in a Walmart without niggas being on your ass. He all up in the Capitol
There's a
building.
chance she might be available, Nancy might be available for a 5-minute interview.
Unfortunately, no.
We are looking to see advice. I mean, she's
the best performing stock trader of America the last 3 years. We're kind of looking for financial advice, or I mean, she is doing a tremendous job. It's almost like impeccable timing she has. Like,
there is no recording in this office.
Oh, sorry about that.
You know what's disrespectful is trading.
Nancy got on the little earpiece and get the niggas out of here.
And the American inside information, which she's doing all the time. I mean, allegedly. They say that's disrespectful for filming. What I think is disrespectful is people that are using inside information to enrich themselves when they call themselves a public servant.
Speak facts, Tommy. Tommy for president right now, bro.
2%
He can have a term. I got like 15 more years before I can even get up in there. Tommy.
Of course, we're not going to get an interview with you. We're always just going to get a bureaucrat telling us another email to send that you're never going to return anyway. Hey guys, we're giving out Nancy Pelosi's latest stock trades just dropped. You should probably do them too. They're going to give you big gains. Big gains. I mean, she's not the only offender. There's people on both sides of the aisle. We'll give a little slideshow, a little presentation of who they are.
But congratulations is in order to Representative Pat Fallon from Texas, who was late to report his 122 stock trades worth up to $21 million. But it's okay, folks. It got balanced out when he got a fine of $600 to correct.
Bro, and Tommy G just dropped a video on scammers, bro. Man, the feds gotta be looking into Tommy G. If the feds call Tommy G up to the stand about that what's his name? The Dev dude. Punch Made Dev. If they call him up for the scam on Punch Made Dev, he should just act like he about to snitch on them, right? Act like he about to snitch on them and then go up in there and be like, so what about Nancy Pelosi's fucking $122 million stock trades? Huh?
The issue. Another congratulations to Marjorie Taylor Greene, who bought Chevron and Lockheed Martin conveniently right before the invasion of the Ukraine war was announced to the public. To give you an idea of how pervasive this behavior is in Congress, in a 2022 report, 131 members of Congress were responsible for $788 million in trades and more than 12,700 transactions. Which begs the question, how are full-time public servants able to dedicate so much their—
Why do they need to get paid, bro? It's like, if you're able to just get this much money, why are we paying you tax dollars? We're paying you to get... Bro, this shit give me a headache,
time to stock trade.
These people are all funded. All these beautiful buildings, their salaries, all their little excursions and write-offs, and I'll scratch your back, you scratch my back, funded by the goddamn taxpayer.
What do average Americans think about this?
What do you think when you see politicians worth hundreds of millions of dollars?
It seems a little outrageous.
They still are.
For people who are supposed to be serving our best values, it's definitely wrong.
It's something they doing that we don't know.
They do got a lot more. They can spend a lot more time, bro.
It smells awful.
In the month leading up to the DC trip, Keegan and I spent hours calling and emailing many members of
I'm watching
Congress,
this whole
including
video. I
contacting
cut the last
all
one
100
short, man. I need
senators
the whole
multiple
one in this
times.
one.
The only senator brave enough to be interviewed by a YouTuber was Mr. Ron Johnson. I got to ask
Mr. Ron Johnson. Ron Johnson. This white boy got a black ass name, man. So, hey, maybe he'll keep it real with us.
Questions
Ron
like,
Johnson.
Do you think JFK was taken out by our own government? Do you believe that there's anything fishy about the death of Jeffrey Epstein?
Let's talk to the man.
Shout out Ron Johnson, man. At least he'll speak
What if
with
you
us.
could do SEO smarter?
We know
and
Nancy
faster?
Pelosi ain't busy.
With Wix, you can
She
edit your
ain't busy.
All right,
She out
folks,
there
we're here
trading
outside the
stocks.
Senate building, meeting with
She
Senator
got time
Johnson.
to trade stocks. She better have time for an interview.
A lot of my career is going into places that I really don't belong. This is one of them. And I got some spicy questions for this man. I got a lot of cash in this thing. I'm gonna try and influence some senators. You guys think I'm gonna be successful?
Bro, what? This barber was not successful, dog. What the hell? You know, my dad was getting on my ass about my hair, bruh. But don't ever, rule tip, don't ever let a nigga who can't grow hair tell you to cut your hair, bro.
I'm gonna try and influence some
Niggas
senators.
really be
You
praying
guys
on your
think I'm gonna
downfall.
be successful?
Good luck.
Thank you. One of the brains behind the operation here, while we're even here today,
Hey, man.
is Jonathan Wickman. We're with people right now that love America and want the best for America.
Absolutely.
Which I feel like we're missing that attitude a little bit.
People like you, Tommy, making documentaries like this to show the people the real truth about what's going on in our government.
Do you feel like there's a lot of dirty business in this building?
Of course. You have lobbyists that walk in and out of these offices all day long.
And we're here with Senator Ron Johnson.
Senator Ron Johnson.
Lord Senator Johnson.
Welcome to DC.
Good to see you. Let's see, my first question, Senator Johnson, is we're on a
Damn.
quest
Let's get straight to it. We crunched on time. Let's get straight
for
to
truth
it.
right now. A lot of the American people are scared of the future and can't trust our government. What do you think about that?
Well, unfortunately, they're justified in their lack of trust of the federal government. The good news is that...
Nah, we cannot have a senator telling us not... Bro, what the... Bro, he could at least... Okay. Shout out Ron Johnson. Hey, shout out Ron Johnson, okay? For taking time to sit down and give us the real of the interview. But how? Bro, I get paid... I'm not even gonna drop my pay. But just know I get paid a lot less than this man right here, okay? And I still don't give up the recipe to the dough. Okay? I don't give up the recipe to the dough. I don't give up the... Bro, he is sitting here. We paid it, bro.
We're a great country because we have good people. And if the good people can rise up and demand the truth, maybe they'll start getting it.
We emailed all 100 senators, and he...
Ron Johnson is so real, bro. Ron Johnson, you about to get assassinated. Hey, shout out Ron Johnson, bro. He really putting himself in the dirt. He really putting himself 6 feet deep for just his first opening statement. His opening line is... I wish it was all over the New York Times, but you know them niggas is up in the New York Times. Fake news is real. He's saying we need to stand up and demand it. Look, Tommy's having a field day with this one. We gotta stand up and demand it, y'all. The senator is telling us to stand up and demand it, bro. I don't know what party he is, but I'm re-voting for Ron Johnson.
He's the only guy that had the cojones to meet.
I did put one amendment stenciled on our walls, the 10th Amendment. The power really resides with the people.
Are you optimistic about the future of America?
That's a tough one. With our current state, I'd say right now I'm pretty pessimistic. And right now government's growing, it's completely out of control. It's literally immoral what we're doing to our younger generations right now.
What do you say?
What? Oh my gosh! The senator is telling us that we're doing everything ass backwards, bro. What? Bro, title of this video, Senator Ron Johnson says we're fucking ourselves.
Say to people that think most politicians are
Holy.
I think there's some, but
watch out for this girl in the dress, bro. I don't trust her. This needs to be a one-on-one interview. Why does he have people with him? Who are they here for? They're informants, Ron. That girl, those beads on her wrist, take them off. It's a wire. Her, the necklace, strip. I need both of y'all butt naked right now because I don't trust them.
I don't think that's true. The people I serve with, I think they come here because they love this country, regardless of party. The real problem is the capture of the agency. Take a look at all the generals that work right now for the military-industrial complex, for Lockheed Martins and stuff. You don't think they didn't know that when they were recommending weapons programs?
That seems dirty
to me. That is the corruption. It literally is the revolving door of people that work in the executive branch, jumping from serving in government into the big corporations, the big unions.
I was working for the agriculture.
That's true. That's kind of true. If you worked in the government already for a certain position, you shouldn't necessarily be able to work in a higher position. Like, once you get a certain... They should lock y'all in. There should be, like, a cap to this. You know? Because then, like, you work in one spot, and then you're like, hey, guys, everybody vote for me, man. Now, I promise, the nukes you wanted... Fuck the homeless. We get free housing. We're the military. Fuck the homeless. Oh, yeah. Bro, no, we gotta get them up out of here.
That kind of...
We gotta get them up.
So if you're doing that, are you going to write a piece of legislation that's going to really provide oversight over Monsanto? No, you're going to treat them with kid gloves. They got a big fat old job offer. You know, say, hey, well, can you get, before you come and work for us, can you get us this in here? Gets quietly inserted into 1,500 pages and nobody even sees it.
Senator Johnson, I brought a considerable sum into this office. What can I get with a crisp 50 around here?
Cup of coffee.
Can I get any influence in the market or anything like that?
There's some pretty good popcorn down the ground floor here, too.
I was hoping for a bit more.
That ain't moving me, but I'm Ron Johnson. I come with the stiff price. Alright? This interview's already cutting it. We're only halfway through. This is a mega video, bro. Shout out Tommy G.
Do you believe that there's anything fishy about the death of Jeffrey Epstein?
Well, certainly it's fishy. The cover-up of the list of individuals that visited Epstein Island
seem crazy?
Is pretty fishy. I will say, I think that's true, is mainly people of the left that Jeffrey Epstein was courting and that took advantage.
Yeah, bro. Okay, see, I don't know nothing about the Jeffrey Epstein death. Look at her face! Look at her face! I almost missed it. Look at her face. Y'all can't see it? Can y'all not see it? I'll make it bigger. Look at her face. Look at her face. She's a op. I repeat, get her up out of here. My nigga Ron Josh is gonna be dead tomorrow if we don't get her gone. But yeah, as I was saying, you mean to tell me they covered up the list of attendees? That seems like some pretty key evidence. That seems like some pretty key evidence. I need to know. I need to know, like, to fuck little children. I need to know, because I'm not voting for them. I don't give a damn.
Of his island pleasures.
Don't you feel like anyone that's on that list should be looked into?
Well, I think we should have...
Anyone on that list should be get them gone. Lock them up. Fuck you mean? Lock them up. Anyone on the list.
Investigation of Jeffrey Epstein and his
Any
activities.
nigga who had a +1
like
on the list, lock up their whole family.
Because it has been.
Let's see what everyday Americans and Washington, D.C. political insiders have to say about this.
Do you think Jeffrey Epstein himself?
I do not. What the hell is Jeffrey Epstein?
No. Hell no. They him. He had too much dirt on too many higher ups.
I would say I have not done enough research to be able to answer that question.
Do you find his death suspicious?
Yeah, I definitely think there is suspicion there.
It's tough to say. It's pretty suspicious.
Do you think Jeffrey Epstein himself?
Oh wow. That was. Let's go. Let's go to the other question.
Especially Clinton. 23 times visiting the island. It's like.
I'm gonna go back to the on the brain question now.
Is she dodging these? What does that mean? The fuck does that mean? Are you dodging these? President Clinton visited the island 23 times? This nigga think he's a goat or something? What? Bro.
This will be the last question. Do you think Jeffrey Epstein?
This can't be the last question. She didn't answer anything.
Himself.
That's not really an issue we focus on, you know. I know, like.
Who's the assistant? You know what I'm not focusing on? The bitch is not on the camera. Shut up! Answer the question.
Anything like that, so.
Okay.
We're not gonna comment on that. No one in crew was ever going to file a complaint without a lawyer being like, having like at least 5 different lawyers looking at it.
I did find it very strange that the left-leaning groups I talked to wouldn't comment on Jeffrey Epstein. But anyways, back to
hey! Observation. Hey, get this. If we do enough of these interviews and then just cross and then like take a real analytic person and cross like analyze, you know what I'm saying? Like who was in what party, who was in what clique, because you know these congressmen gotta have a clique. They gotta be like clicked up at some coffee. We gotta investigate, bro. Tommy G, he's just the tip of this. YouTubers, we need to unite, man. We need to take our platform and we need to investigate this. Okay? Next time I'm in Washington, D.C., I can assure you, we're getting to the bottom of this.
What to you is your biggest accomplishment or something that you're most proud of your time in office?
Without me, 95% of American businesses would not have got a tax cut. They would have been put at a huge disadvantage to the big C corps. And you're probably pass-through business, right?
And I'm an S corp now. Is that a pass-through?
Yeah, so you got
I got a tax break?
Yep.
My nigga. Hey, but which editor? Who's the editor? Like, who decided to put that? Sign on, Tommy. You're good, bro. You're good, bro. Ron Johnson's already valid right now, y'all. He just said 95%. He took care of 95%
I think our
of small
response to
businesses.
COVID was a miserable failure. And I don't see how anybody can take a look at the human toll, the economic devastation from the shutdowns that didn't work.
Why have we not been allowed to even talk about it? Like, for instance, saying the lab leak theory, we've got you censored, and now it's kind of been established to be the most likely theory on what happened.
The mainstream media, for whatever reason, just wasn't honest reporting.
What do you think Trump
You see that? That's really fucked, because I didn't know about no lab leak either. Like, y'all making me want to pick up books, but at the same time, there ain't no books out on this stuff yet, bro. He's saying we're fucking our new generation of kids. Bro, they gonna be reading about this. And our teachers, man, our teachers are gonna have to do some explaining, bro, because I didn't even know about a lab leak. Comment down below if you knew about a lab leak. Why? Because they really did censor it. Like, I knew I couldn't say COVID I knew I couldn't say it on my YouTube videos, but I didn't know that's why.
Getting in trouble for not stating his pronouns. What do you think about that?
Don't know anything about it.
Do you think he should have said his pronouns?
No, I think that's all ridiculous. If you want to live your life one way, fine. I mean, that's what America represents, freedom. But don't impose your beliefs or the way you want to behave on somebody else.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. I'm sorry. The LGBTQ community, y'all have accomplished so much. Flying colors. I mean, the Black Lives Matter movement is jealous as fuck right now, okay? So please do not try to impose all of everything y'all got going on. I am not calling you they. I'm sorry. It's not happening. If I look you and you got long hair, if I look at you and I see something, it's he, she, dude, bro, what's up? What's poppin'? What it do, bro? Like something. I'm not calling you they. I haven't said it yet. I don't care.
So I agree with a lot of your call out to the left.
I don't care.
What do you think the right should be called out for? Because I feel like both parties are kind of...
Bro, and now there's this new guy. You think just because you throw a pink... You think just because you throw a Secret Service nigga up in a salmon, up in a sand... He is clearly Secret Service, y'all. He is clearly Secret Service. Am I right? Just because you throw a pink shirt on the man and some shades does not...
A lot of your call out to the left. What do you think the right should be called out for?
You don't even know which way to stand. He's all insecure. He's like... Am I doing it?
So good.
Am I
I'm
getting
not
it
a fan of the uniparty, so I'm critical of my colleagues that join in massive deficit spending. I'm not a fan of this place. There's all kinds of things I've been critical of.
What's the biggest threat to America right now?
I think divisiveness. Those individuals that are just fomenting hate, that are exacerbating the divide rather than trying to heal this nation. Again, you said you walk around here, you don't see people hating each other. So why is that the lead news item?
There's a bunch of people trying to run now for our 2024, and it seems like a very pivotal election. Who do you think is a remarkable character in the story?
One interesting candidacy is Bobby Kennedy. I've gotten to know Bobby. We certainly share a lot of views in terms of what we did during the pandemic.
Do you think JFK...
Damn, he just gave Bobby whoever, bro, a massive plug. Bro, Ron Johnson is out here. Hey, Bobby Kennedy, you better take care of that man. Because he just plugged the hell out of you, man. He just gave...
He was taken out by our own government.
I just recommend people read the JFK and the Unspeakable. There's just so many unanswered questions, so many witnesses that just died, so many leads that weren't followed up on, so much evidence that obviously should have been collected that people were prevented from collecting.
So is it possible that our own intelligence agencies had a hand in it?
I think it's certainly possible, yeah. The American public deserve the truth and we haven't gotten it.
Okay, so if our own intelligence agencies are having a hand in taking out our presidents, should we trust our intelligence agencies? Do they have our best interests at heart?
I don't trust them.
You don't ever entrust the intelligence agencies because the intelligent thing to do is to just keep everybody dumb. So don't ever trust them. I mean, you don't even know who they are. Name one CIA agent. If anybody could drop the name of one CIA agent currently active, I give you $1 million. Real shit. I ain't got $1 million, but I'll give it to you. Why? Because you ain't got the name.
Our own federal law enforcement act corruptly. They knew that Hunter Biden's laptop was genuine. And I've seen it being covered up by a complicit and corrupt media.
A lot of people commented that it would be dangerous to do this video. But the mission of the channel is to be on a quest for truth. And I'm going to give the people what they deserve.
It's dangerous for Ron Johnson. More people need to do this.
Into your computer or phone.
We need more interviews. I need more people like Ron Johnson, bro. Nancy Pelosi, you better answer the fucking door, bro. We got some questions. We got some goddamn questions. And send the air YouTuber, send that email, bro. Send that email, bro.
That's crazy. Do you think I have a file in the FBI or the CIA office?
Like, no offense, probably not.
Okay.
My plea to young people
not the CIA. Fencer.
Folks, we only get one America. You gotta be a patriot. You gotta stand up to bureaucrats, tyrants, and bastards in the government. Anything to add to that?
I endorse that message.
I endorse that message. Wrote Ron Johnson for... Hey, if Ron Johnson, you run for president one day, bro, I got your vote. You got my vote. You got my vote. I'll look at some of the other policies. Don't get me wrong, but you got my vote. Look at that Secret Service man again with that inconspicuous
There's
stance.
some people that are under the impression that the Illuminati control the country. Is that nonsense or what's going on there?
So in 1910, 6 individuals representing a quarter of the wealth of the world boarded a train to go down to Jekyll Island off the coast of Georgia to set up a cartel they called the Central Bank, the Federal Reserve. But I do believe there's a
cartel called the Central Bank, known as the Federal Reserve. What are you saying right now, Ron Johnson? You're blowing my mind with a couple of sentences. Like, I really don't want to believe this shit. He said they had a quarter of the wealth of the United States back then. Oh, they still got that shit, bro. They got way more. The Federal Reserve. Holy shit.
Small group of individuals that exert a great deal of influence on global politics. I think that's just true.
Next, let's cover the topic of dark money. In 2010, the Supreme Court ruled against End Citizens United, which basically means that the ultra-wealthy can use their money to control this country like a puppet.
Do you think there's a lot of dark money in politics?
Why?
The deep state is alive and well.
Of course. You have an inside look into Washington, D.C. What is something that is just critical for the people to know right now?
A lot of the corruption comes in through dark money. Corporations, super PACs, they can remain anonymous. So if you care about corruption, you should demand transparency.
Really important not to just feel like it's hopeless, because that's exactly what they want. Most people have heard of a case called Citizens United, which is a Supreme Court case that basically made it okay to spend unlimited amounts.
We head to the offices of End
Unlimited.
Citizens.
There ain't shit that should be unlimited. Let's keep it a buck. Second you hear that word, you should just think that sounds impossible. That sounds undoable. What?
United and meet Tiffany Mueller. She's leading the charge to eliminate dark money from politics, and she's ranked as Washingtonians' top 500 most influential people. Let's meet her.
How do we take power away from just...
Somebody get her a new chain. Maybe not, like, I believe this woman is not doing that because what is this chain, bro? You can see, like, the, to it, like, from here.
An elite few. And how do we give it back to the people?
In 2020 alone, she's for sure getting cheated on.
There was over $1 billion of dark money spent in our election. But prior to Citizens United, there had never been $1 billion spent cumulatively on our...
That's the problem! That's the goddamn problem!
Election. This is like an arms race. And the people being hurt the most are just everyday Americans who want government to work and to do shit. Dark money literally just means undisclosed money. So you can't tell exactly who...
And does that sound like it makes sense? Does that sound like it makes sense at all to anybody? I mean, goddammit, drug dealers have to cover up their money. These motherfuckers just had a Supreme Court case and just said, fuck it. Fuck it, we don't have to report our money. Fuck that. Billions of dollars, fuck that. No. Hey. But that 10 G's that it cost for that brick, nigga, I need to know where it came from.
trying to influence our elections or our policy decisions.
This is ridiculous.
Doesn't that seem
fishy? This video got me so hard.
It's so fishy.
Next, we stop in the office of CREW, a group against government corruption, and we cover the recent story of a Supreme Court justice doing sketchy things.
You just had a piece that I thought was fantastic. You were highlighting Clarence Thomas, a Supreme Court...
Fuck that nigga, bro. Oh my God. I know about this man. Out of everything that I did not know, this Uncle Tom here, man, I said, fuck this nigga, my bad. Fuck this cracker, bro. He is something else, bro. He is something. He is the grimiest of the bro. He basically, to sum up for what he did for y'all, he basically made it to Supreme Court through the government's help, through affirmative action. And when he made it there, as one of the only black people to make it there, he burned the bridge on how he made it there. Like, niggas, you know, children like me or anybody growing up would love to, like, follow a blueprint of how a successful black man made it to power. Like, we don't believe it's possible. So once we see, that's why Obama is the GOAT. Fuck Obama's policies. Fuck all of that. You gotta think what he did for a group, like an entire nation of people. He made it possible. He made a blueprint. He made us believe. This nigga cut out our beliefs. He said fuck our beliefs. Bro, I swear he is the grimiest of grime. I can't even hear no more. What, I lose my audio? What happened? Oh, I muted it. Let me run that back real quick.
You just had a piece that I thought was fantastic. You were highlighting Clarence Thomas, a Supreme Court justice who arguably...
He ain't a justice. His real name, Clarence.
Should be one of the most ethical people in our country.
Right.
What was he found to be doing?
He had been accepting private jet transportation, yacht trips, real estate deals, and including private tuition for grandnephew who he treats as his son without disclosing them.
Sounded like he had a kind of a billionaire, was more or less his sugar daddy.
Exactly.
I feel like that should be not allowed.
Absolutely.
To end the episode, guys, we go back to Milwaukee to look at Senator Johnson's work in the Joseph Project. Enjoy this little journey.
Good to see you, man.
How you doing?
Senator Johnson's a big fan of the Joseph Project, a Milwaukee nonprofit that helps connect people with employment.
Look at Senator
Folks,
Johnson,
we're Americans.
You better be running for president next year, bro. I swear to God, Senator Ron Johnson, you better do it, bro. You have the endorsement of Schmitty and Tommy G. You gotta do it, bro. You gotta see this video and just know that you're taking
Fight
off, bro.
tooth and nail for freedom. The fight doesn't end here. Here's what we can do to change some of the things in our country.
What keeps you optimistic about the future?
I've seen real change in this country.
There have been a lot of huge changes in the past.
But it takes all of us using our voice, not giving up, continuing to fight for what we see as a better future.
We can do things to fight the influence of money in politics.
That's why we've supported legislation that would bar trading
individual stocks.
Representative AOC and Matt Gaetz are bringing a bill that prohibits individual stock trading for senators. I applaud you. I'm a big fan of that.
For senators. I needed to hear that last part because I was like, whoa. Don't just get rid of individual stock trading that. Don't be harming the nigga Schmidt.
Representatives AOC and Matt Gaetz are coming together to make a bill that will ban congresspeople and their family members, Paul Pelosi, from trading individual stock. And folks, that is how it's done. Forget left and right, Democrat and Republican. We have to come together. The mainstream media wants...
Man, that was a banger video, y'all. We just gonna end it there because I know we is at 36 minutes, goddamn. So that's it for this video, y'all. I'll catch y'all in the next one, Schmitty gang. That was a real banger right there, man. Catch y'all in the next one.